Okay, guys, we are back. We are at it again. This time we are going to be talking year 2 for Sea of Thieves, my personal favorite in terms of all the games that I interact with. I'm so excited for year 2. We're going to talk arena, we're going to talk speculation, we're going to talk Reddit and forums and everything, get real deep into it, and talk what we think is going to happen when Rare has full control over year 2. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, guys, it is here. It is year 2 for Sea of Thieves. I cannot describe to you how super pumped I am. And we all know what the flagship thing for the entry of year 2 is: the freaking arena. And I am pumped for that because the idea of going into a world with 4 to 8 other ships, and just going at it over some treasure and some hand-to-hand combat is just exactly what I want out of my life. Okay, now, as excited as I am for the arena, it doesn't come in without any questions. Will dedicated PvP servers quiet down the engagement frequencies within the normal PvE PvP server setup? Also, does this warrant the implementation of total PvE servers, allowing players to choose between a PvE, PvP, or hybrid style servers like we have right now? Also, will the arena bring a new faction to rank up? Will non-Pirate Legends have to max this new faction to gain the Pirate Legend title? Or will Rare go the direction of PL for the arena, for example, where you become a Pirate Legend within the arena, having completed all the aspects of that specific style of the game? Also, with the arena, will the separation of PC and Xbox users cause a rift within the community? I don't think it will, but should PC players be expecting ghost servers to be coming their way? My honest feeling is that the vast majority of players have no issue with cross-platform play. In fact, most of my crews are cross-platform, so with that in and of itself, non-PC lobbies will be difficult to find. Only time will tell, but I'm not really feeling a negative vibe about that. But it's time, so let's get into prediction mode for the possible year 2 roadmap. All right, when it comes to the possible roadmap for year 2, the whispers within the Reddits have been quite intriguing. Rare is possibly working on a project that could involve a new section of the map with an ice-based environment, and I've even heard a possible new faction of enemies with their own NPC ships and NPC bases. A lot of people have been saying redcoats. I don't necessarily think they would bring in a historical equivalent to that, but they could be more human-based NPCs, which I think would be rather interesting. Also within that subreddit is a substantial claim, and that's the possibility of a new player ship allowing crews of 6 to 8, probably a man of war, if you will, which I'll put on the screen. That would be awesome. And I mean that because I have lots of people that I like to play with. And it had to be balanced correctly. Like, it would have to be slow as a turtle. But I mean, could you imagine 2 layers of cannons just absolutely plowing into anything that came near you? If you had things set up correctly, it could be a formidable ship, but it has to have substantial weaknesses too. I mean, going up 3 decks to bail would be very difficult, and I assume a half-full ship would be sunk. They wouldn't go for the full fill. So it would definitely require balancing issues, but I think the idea of having crews of 6 to 8 is very exciting. There are guaranteed additions to the game, and that's the onset of fishing, cooking, crafting. How these things are going to fare in the environment is beyond me, considering the game is cosmetic-only purchases, and I don't really see how that would gain. What I could see is cooking could potentially lead to better health regen in combat. With a cold weather environment being possible, you could maybe make a stew or a soup that would permit resistance to the cold, maybe make you less viable to that threat. Also, maybe crafting could play in here. If you can craft better clothes, or maybe a coat to put over top of yourself that makes you more resistant to the cold, much more efficiently than your normal environment. Like, you have the volcanoes in the Roar that do damage to you. Maybe you would take less damage from the ice elements. Fishing, I would assume, would also be health-based. Maybe an implementation that would allow you for a longer time underwater without breathing. I'm not really sure. It could just be a minigame feature. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm excited for it because it will make those voyages a little bit more entertaining, especially when you have to go across the map if you're going from the Roar, then trying to hit a skull fort that's up in the top, northeast corner, northwest corner. It could be interesting, and I'm excited to see how they do it. Now, with that being said, my conclusion for year 2 is nothing but excitement. Year 2 has a lot in store for it if it is anything like we've seen added in Year 1. We've recently seen a slew of quality of life additions to the world, and with more frequent interaction with world events. There's no such thing as a boring voyage anymore between the megalodons and the NPC ships, and Karen poking her face up every 6 seconds, it seems like, when you have any decent loot. It definitely makes you have to be on your toes. There's no more sitting at the front of the ship and just dancing your way from island to island. I hope that Rare continues the momentum and listening to the community. They've done so well at listening to our feedback and making those changes within the game. Take the double gunning, for instance. It really shows that they pay attention to the Reddits, the Facebook forums, everything, and pay attention to what their community wants. And through pioneer testing, they've done nothing but excel. I know that Microsoft is going to take a much more hands-off approach this year. So we'll really see what Rare can do when they do what they do best and perfect their pet project. So I honestly see nothing but great things coming our way in the future, and I could not be more excited about that. All right, guys. Well, that concludes everything that I have to say about Year 2 and my expectations for what Rare can bring you. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, follow, share the page. If you're on YouTube, my gaming page is facebook.com/Syndicate Captain. The link is in below. Also, be sure to follow my social media. I post stuff every single day, and I'll be posting more videos for you. So remember, like, follow, share, and I'll catch you guys next time.